I think we've entered a different phase of the game, kind of with the evolution of fintech and sort of this, whatever we call this disruptive period that we're in. I think we're kind of beyond now the stage where it was a bunch of VCs and two guys with a dream, right, to make things happen. And we're entering the world now where it's no longer the ideas, it's about scale and kind of really getting sort of meaty business models in place. So I do think, in terms of folks like Moven, we've already kind of realized that we've got to work within a broader ecosystem, partnering with banks to enable them to kind of take advantage of some of the new kind of changes that are happening is the best place to kind of grow the Moven business model. And I think you'll see a lot of that happening in the future. So less coming from disruptive fintech plays, more coming from partnerships and cooperation and partnering models that start to arise in the next couple of years. We have a partnership with TD up in Canada, with Westpac in New Zealand. We're in the midst of dealing with a bunch of other partners in the pipeline around the world. So where we're taking kind of the software experience we've created and pioneered here within the U.S. and sort of extending that to help banks drive mobile engagement in their markets. The kind of era of omni-channel is definitely over, and we're moving towards a focus on mobile only, if not augmented, right? So that, technology invisible altogether, and it's just your voice, your gestures that kind of drive things. So to me, that's a big trend, is kind of this move towards mobile only and augmented. The other one is obviously cloud and infrastructure, and the reducing costs of infrastructure, or managing infrastructure very differently. So at Moven, we've been very focused on the cloud model and global distribution for quite a while, and I think that's just starting to pick up even more pace. And then lastly, I'd say AI, right? The usage of intelligence really to drive and to replace humans or augment them, right, in sort of advisory conversations and sort of analytics. First and foremost, it's the mental model, right? It's really having that clarity of vision around what are you trying to do with the customer, right? What value are you trying to provide them, and what do you do well within that sort of picture of value? It starts always with the customer and the need that you're trying to fulfill. And a lot of banks have these cultural and product impediments that sort of stand in front of the customer experience and are sort of hard to get to the essence of what the value is. And then lastly, it's speed, right? It's that ability to, once you understand the customer pain point, how can you rapidly kind of get something done to be able to fix it. And again, it's sort of that ability to move fast and having processes that are agile and fast enough to address customer concerns, I think, can get in the way. Procurement. Be prepared to sign contracts quickly. The speed at which deals can get done, and technology is not the impediment, right, to success. So a lot of it is operational process and being able to work with partners. So before you start to engage in this in the ecosystem, be prepared with a process where you can sign contracts quickly and get up and running, because a lot of times that's the slowest part. One, do it. I do think there's still a lot of banks that are not active in the ecosystems that are out there in the kind of emerging areas of innovation with fintech players. We welcome banks to come in, and we're aggressively seeking, right, to partner with banks. So the ones that are on the sidelines, I'd say first thing, get in the game. Second thing is, I think it's that idea of understanding where the synergies lie. So really kind of focus on what are you good at, and what do you need, right? And with that kind of humility of saying, hey, really focus on the things that you do well and realize that there's a gap you're trying to fill. And that's where a lot of fintech partnerships can go.